if you've gone through a divorce or a major life change and you've done the work to rebuild your life, to make it safe, stable, and right for your children, but deep down you still feel incomplete. You still feel like something that was supposed to happen is not happening, that a big part of what life was supposed to feel like is missing. Like something meaningful or something essential is missing. This conversation is for you. You're very strong. There's no doubt about that. You have been there for others. You handled things. You carried responsibility most people don't even see because you make it look easy. You carry it with dignity. People know you're capable. You get things done. You're reliable. You're the one others can count on. And that is real. That is very real in your life. But there's something that goes unseen. And that is the way you've been using your empathy. And I want to bring your attention to that because the way you've been using your empathy, most likely as a highly empathetic, high capacity woman, the way you've been using your empathy most likely has been without boundaries. And you've been offering your energy as if it were infinite to everyone but yourself. And you carry others because maybe they can't or they don't, or they simply became used to you doing it. Either way, somewhere along the way, you became over responsible for the people who matter to you the most. And I know you're not a people pleaser with everyone, but with those you love, you overgive. And maybe you do it hoping that love will come back in the same way. But let me ask you something honestly. Are you asking for support? How are they going to know you need it if you don't show it? How are they going to choose you if you're not choosing yourself? People respond to what they see, and what they see is that you can do it all. So of course they let you, and then you wonder, why does something still feel missing? What's missing is you. You are missing because you've been living for others most of your life. And I don't mean your presence. Of course you're present. But the degree of devotion that you share with others that are important to you it's huge. You already know this. Last week I spoke about how empathy without containment is not sustainable because sooner or later you're going to be exhausted, or you're going to make yourself sick, or you're going to lose hope or motivation. You're going to give up. So the real question here is, when are you going to start setting clear boundaries? Because this is really the foundation of your sovereignty. This is the foundation of your sovereignty. The real truth most women don't want to face, most highly empathetic women don't want to face, is that the version of you that survived is not the version of you that's going to set you free. She was powerful. She was very powerful. She got you here safely. But she was focused on stability, responsibility, taking care of others. You made decisions thinking about other people's well-being. Um, and you didn't question it because that's who you are. But in doing that, you postponed yourself again and again and again. Thinking, my time will come later, for sure. But here's the truth, later is not guaranteed. You know that too. So that subtle resentment, that quiet frustration, that sense that something is off, that's not failure. That is just awareness waking up in you. And it's asking you, when do I get to matter this much too? So let me say this clearly. Your time is now. Your time is now. And not in small ways, not in temporary fixes. Not in treating yourself here and there, you know, a massage, hairdresser, a day off, an afternoon with friends. Those are wonderful things, but it is time to be fully responsible for yourself in bigger ways. It's time to take the wheel, to say what you really want, to choose what you need. And to do it unapologetically. Not asking for permission. You're not a little girl anymore. And nobody can actually give you permission but yourself. Because even if I give you permission, it won't work. It won't work until you give permission to yourself. And at some point, very quietly, but very truthfully, something inside yourself is going to begin to say, there has to be more than this. No more doing, no more proving, no more carrying. More for you. More truth, more space, more money, more support, more fun, more life. And if you really let yourself feel it, without minimizing it, without buffering, without looking the other way, without pushing it away, it becomes something even clearer. And the message is that you deserve more. The message is, I deserve more. This is where I invite you to shift, to say yes to your sovereignty, to your sovereign sensitive self. And it's not to become someone new. It's not to abandon your responsibilities or caring less for others. It is an invitation to include yourself fully. To include yourself in your life fully. Because this is the only way that you're going to get the life that you dream of, the life that you feel has something of deep value for you that is missing. This is the way of the sovereign, sensitive leader. Is a woman who understands and embodies emotional adulthood, not emotional childhood. And this goes deeper than what you may have heard before. It's not about not reacting, not acting out, not getting triggered or staying calm on the surface. No, none of that. Emotional adulthood is going to the next level. It's the time of your life where you don't avoid anymore. You choose exactly what you need. And when you start choosing like that, what will make your next level of growth and expansion possible and undeniable to yourself, that will bring the kind of live experience that you are missing in this moment, because a part of you hasn't been chosen. You've been choosing for other people but not for yourself. So emotional adulthood is when you are no longer waiting for anybody to help you become that version of you that you know is within you. And you're not waiting for permission either. You're just waiting for clarity and support to be able to make that happen for you, so that you become undeniable to yourself. And consequently, you become undeniable to others. Because life happens to you as a mirror of what's going on inside of you. And for highly empathetic women, high capacity, high empathy women, this means putting systems in place to manage your empathy through boundaries, passionately and consistently choosing self-trust, and practicing emotional self-leadership. So you choose the kind of thoughts that serve you well, the kind of thoughts that make you feel good, that fuel your actions, the type of actions that create the results that you need in your life. And you are in control of all of that. You're not in control of what other people think of you or what other people allow you to do or expect from you. And you can try to manipulate that, but more often than not, it's not going to work. The good news is that this amount of responsibility that you carry for others, when you use it for yourself, you are going to see results. And maybe you think, okay, but it's too much responsibility to feel like it's all up to me. Maybe a part of you still wants to be saved. And I'm here to tell you that this is also a chance for you to be completely free. And of course you can be supported by other people, but you don't need to be saved by anyone. So this sovereign, sensitive leadership way of being is actually a door to being completely free. And that is precious, because you no longer will be overdoing, overgiving, overtrying, postponing your life to finally choose yourself without guilt. I want to say that I see you and I am you, because I've been where you have been. Postponing, so if this resonates, I would love to invite you to take the next step. You don't have to do it alone. You can do it alone. But being completely transparent and completely honest is going to take you much longer. Because the default in you repeatedly takes you to do things in a different way. But you need the support. You need to feel not just seen, but guided and understood. So I'd like to invite you to book a clarity call so we can talk about what's true for you, what feels missing, and what you need in your life. And also You have a link to a guided meditation with original music and questions that will invite you to dive deep and get in touch with how you feel, what you really want. Because sometimes, we don't listen to ourselves, right? We get busy, busy, busy. You will hear your voice, and if after that you want to take it further, then book a clarity call and we'll talk.